Welcome to this course that is all about translating user interface designs into real apps. We're going to use Sketch, Swift, and of course Xcode throughout this course. But before I'm going to tell you how we're going to work and what you're going to learn, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the requirements and who this course is most suitable for. So what you definitely need is a Mac with Xcode 10 or later installed, because we're going to work heavily with this application. And you should also be familiar with the basics of Swift. You do not have to be a language expert and know all the details, but you should know what a variable is, how to work with an if structure, maybe even what a guard statement is. But as I said, you don't have to be an expert. As for Interface Builder, you should know the basics of using it, how to drag and drop a component to a view controller, how to work with the assistant editor, what an IB outlet is, and also how to work with the attributes inspector, adjusting some properties like this, like the color, background color, or the font of a label. This is something that you should know. The same is true for auto layout. You should have heard the term and also be familiar with setting a constraint, but you definitely don't have to be an expert. And since we're going to use Sketch as a design tool for the user interfaces that we're going to create, you should have this on your machine. But if you haven't bought it yet, you can just get a 30-day free trial to work with it throughout this course. But now that you know what the requirements are, and if you feel that you fit these requirements, then please go ahead. This is going to be a great experience, and I'm going to show you now what you're going to learn. So we're going to start this course with the fundamentals of iOS design, covering very important iOS design themes. You're going to learn a lot about how to work with Sketch and also how to use it for prototyping and what prototyping is. Then we're going to translate our app design that we've created in Sketch into smaller development steps that we can work with in Xcode, and then we're going to build our app really from start to finish. And by that, you're going to learn how to customize different UI components like a navigation bar, a button, or also collection view cells. And the coolest thing is that we're going to create a custom scaling animation, a cool transition between collection view cells and another view controller. And there are so many other cool things that you're going to learn in this course, like, for example, embedding fonts and a lot more. And now you can actually stop this video and start with the next one, or you can just continue. But there is a spoiler alert, because in this course, you're going to get the idea for an application that we're going to call Card Drop. And you're going to see how we actually come from the idea, the app idea, and then create a concept for this app. And from this concept, we're then going to create a user interface design. And if you want to go through this experience, then stop this video now, continue with the next one. If you'd like to see what we're going to build in more detail, then just continue. So this is the application that we're going to build. And as you can see, we have a nice collection view here. We can transition with a cool animation, scroll through something through a paged scroll view, and then having a share screen that we will create to actually share interesting looking cards with nice motivational images. And these are these three screens now, again in more detail. So what we have is an overview, a selection for an image, and then a share view controller that we're going to use to actually get a motivational quote that we can then share via airdrop or messages or whatever you like. So these are the different screens that we're going to design and also create in code and in Xcode, building them in Interface Builder. And one very special thing that we're going to do is creating this cool transition. This is just a conceptualized short demo of what we're going to do. So we're going to make this scale animation from a collection view cell to a full screen image, and then the whole thing also reversed. So this is the transition that we're going to cover in this course. I think this is going to be really, really cool. And if you are as excited as I am, then let's get started building a cool application together.